Good morning, Unity. Welcome to Unity in the Seven Hills. Thank you for being here. If you're in person, we ask that you turn your iPhones off and your iAms on. And if you're out there, you go ahead. You can keep your phones on if you want. But we got some great songs this morning. Let's get to our feet, and we'll sing with all our hearts and our voices. Stand here together in this moment right now, as we move on our way through this moment of power. In our circle of friends, the power of choice, we lift each other up with one united voice. You and me, we are unity. You and me, we are unity. You and me, we are unity. Seeing each other and unlimited strength, have faith in wisdom that love can set us free. Release all the things that we no longer need. We imagine a life full of passion and zeal. You and me, we are unity. You and me, we are unity. You and me, we are unity. Unity. We'll stand here together in this moment right now, and move on our way through this moment of power. In our circle of friends, the power of choice, we lift each other up with one united voice. You and me, we are unity. You and me, we are unity. You and me, we are unity. Unity, unity. You and me, we are unity. You and me, we are unity. You and me, we are unity. Unity is the three. Unity, unity. Here we go. Going to move along into some Eddie Watkins Jr. Let's have a little bit more volume, I think. No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether you've come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come, let's share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come, love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizing the God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you. Bass solo. Now if there's some kind of trouble or pain you're going through, know that you are not alone and someone cares for you. And it's a visualization of a divine point of view. This door is open to you. Individualization. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you. Moving through the classics, we've got some Karen Drucker this morning. Cajun feel. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let freedom ring from every bell around this land. Let every voice be lifted, every woman, every man. Let us turn our hearts to joy. Walk together hand in hand. Raise each other up. It's time to take a stand. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let freedom ring from every bell around this land. Let every voice be lifted, every woman, every man. Let us turn our hearts to joy. Walk together hand in hand. Raise each other up. It's time to take a stand. Raise each other up. It's time to take a stand. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
That's more like it. You are alive, are well, and wakened to this prosperous new day. So I ask you to close your eyes and take a breath in and acknowledge that which runs above you, below you, and all around you. But most of all, in your heart. And with a heart wide open, we welcome all of you that are watching and all of you that are present here in this wonderful sanctuary. For we are in a sanctuary of love, acceptance, and appreciation. And with that, we say thank you for providing to us, Source, this day, life, breath, movement, and most of all, a heart that's filled, a heart that's open, a heart that's willing, a heart that will obey whatever you direct us to do and whatever you direct us to say. And with that, we give thanks for every home that's represented here, every child, every man, every boy, everyone. For we are all in the tribe of love today. So above us, below us, and all around us. And we say a prayer. And with our hearts and giving thanks and blessing all that is going to transpire today through the music, through the word, through the movement, through the acknowledgement of spirit. We graciously receive, and with a glad heart of gratitude, we lift it up and we say, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ashe, ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe, ashe.
Ashe, ashe.
Amen, amen.
Amen, amen.
Amen, amen.
Amen.
And so it is.
And now that our hearts and our minds are opened, let us affirm our mission and vision statement together as an intention that is in our heart and in vision. Unity in the Seven Hills is a vibrant, inclusive community that inspires individual spiritual growth through education, prayer, heart connection, and sacred service. And now for our vision statement. Centered in spirit, we see a world transformed by divine love, where innovative solutions are celebrated and all needs are met. And now for the unity principle of the week. It's principle number 2. Human beings are divine at their core, and therefore inherently good. And now for the daily word.
Good morning, Unity.
Good morning.
Today's daily word is purpose. I pursue my purpose with passion. Over the course of my life, I have discovered what has kindled my passions, captivated my attention, and made me feel most alive. My passions led me to discover my purpose to which I choose to devote my time and my life. My highest spiritual purpose is to live from my divine nature. My divine gifts of life, love, and wisdom express uniquely through my passions, fulfilling me while demonstrating the truth of my being. I listen to the still small voice of the Spirit within me to discern the best way to fulfill my purpose. I heed its call to learn, discover, and grow. It is never too early or too late to embark upon the journey of a lifetime. I am ready, willing, and more than able. For this I was born, and for this I came into the world, to testify to the truth. John 18:37.
Let's take a breath in. Y'all know I cannot come to this place without reading a poem. And it's called, Oh Me, Oh My Spiritual Face. Say that.
Oh me, oh my spiritual face.
Be still and know. I now know that I am the face of the divine, and so are you. As the face of the divine, I am timeless, I am endless, and I'm invisible too. My spiritual face was my birthright, even before I dressed myself in this body of clay. Oh me, oh my spiritual face. In and as and through me, my face is luminous, sheer waves of vibrant energy. No mask do I wear, which only shows my eyes. No Zoom box, no Google corner on the view of a screen of my computer, nor Facebook, nor Instagram, or a WhatsApp circle, all right? Or even a clubhouse view where they picture you. They just duplicate and they replicate the physicality of me and you. They can't put us together. Hey, y'all, take a look. Show your enthusiasm and your vibrations and your positivity, for it is the face of God. View is what you have to take. You view a smile, you can view a frown. You can view a silly painted face acting like a clown. View a grin from ear to ear. Just a friendly reminder, y'all, there are people who are two-faced, false-faced. You sometimes become shame-faced. And then some of us have to wear a guilty face just so we can please somebody. I say that's a disgrace to the human race. Oh me, oh my. See it, feel it, my spiritual face. Some folks have a heart-shaped face, a happy face, a jelly face, and some too even have a moon face. But you know what they all do? They reveal their humanness just like you. And they are vessels for peace for all humanity. But then let's look at this side of a face. There are others who use pale face, red face, white face, and yes, black face too, to dehumanize and marginalize those who, like them, have a spiritual face, because they fail to recognize their face and that we all belong to the love tribe. Oh me, oh my. See my spiritual face. So all of you beloved beings, yeah, I'm talking to you, boo, all right? Recognize in you too your spiritual face, a face of innocence, a face of contentment, a face of a mystic like the Reverend Dr. Howard Thurman, who contemplated, and with his intuitiveness, he helped mold the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. to choose nonviolence as a way to end segregation and to avoid the use of guns and violence. He wanted to help Martin so that all humanity could discover and uncover their spiritual face that was given to them by God. So as you go to and fro in your day-to-day, look into your mirror each morning, welcome the smile on your face, and usher in your spiritual face. For it is through you that God is revealed. Not by how much makeup you put on it or lipstick like I like to wear too, but your truth is told by what you exhibit to all humanity. The windows of your soul as you look through in your mirror will show you your spiritual face. Now you see, not now you don't. It's time for you to twist and shout and explore your day. Because, oh me, oh my, behold our spiritual face. Amen, amen.
And now let us bless our youth together. You are a perfect child of God, and God and I love you just the way you are. Wherever you are.
All of those things. So let's sing together. Let's get to our feet. Bright light, mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This bright light, mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This bright light, mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let's get those shiny faces out, come on. This bright light, mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This bright light, mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. This bright light, mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Woo! You can take a seat now. This is the song I was getting ready for you, and you were getting ready for you earlier on. So when we get to the I Am the Sun, keep singing it in time, and I've got some messages for you. You are a blessing, you are divine. You are the one you're waiting for, so let it shine. You are the reason, you are the way. So step out of your comfort zone and live today. Here comes the sunshine as you're walking down the street, blessing all the people and everyone you meet. You are the sun, 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 a part of God. And as you're passing through this world where angels trod, you are deliverance, you are the light, you are the brightest, lightest star, shine bright into the night. Here comes the sunshine as you're walking down the street, blessing all the people and everyone you meet. You are the sun. You are the sun. You can sing that with me now. You are the sun. Don't hold back. You are the sun. Look at somebody and tell them, you are the sun. Yes, you are. You are the sun. You are the sun. You are the sun. Now sing it to yourselves. I am the sun. I am the sun. Sing with me though. I am the sun. I am the sun. There you go. I am the sun. Keep singing that for me. I am the sun. You are a blessing. You are divine. You are the one you're waiting for, so let it shine. I am the sun. You are the reason. You are the way. Step out of your comfort zone and live today. Here comes the sunshine as you're walking down the street, blessing all the people and everyone you meet. You are the sun. You are the sun. You are the sun. Sing it however you want. You are the sun. Yes, you are. You are the sun. You are the sun. You are the sun. Yes, you are. You are the sun.
Grateful morning. Good morning. I am Robin Ferguson. I have the pleasure of introducing L. Roi Boyd III. If there ever happens to be adjectives to describe this gentle man, it would definitely be artist, author, humanist, spiritualist, and I must add, top male model. Born in Washington, D.C., and raised in Manassas, Virginia, Boyd was affected by the arts at an early age. He studied music and theater and pursued those disciplines throughout his life to this present day. Currently, he is a professor at Virginia State University, where he teaches speech and drama. He divides his wonderful life with his beautiful partner, Dr. Yamaja Jubilee, between Richmond and Charlotte County. It gives me great pleasure and honor to introduce our speaker for today, L. Roi Boyd III.
Had to go ahead and slip the model thing in there. That's okay. God morning, everyone. It is, it is always just fabulous being here and just walking in the door, just feeling this power. And it is the power that all of you emanate and that I am sucking up and taking in. And it is just a wonderful, marvelous feeling. And it feels so good, I almost feel like I'm levitating a little bit. And with that being said, we had poetry, of course, from the soulful poet, Dr. Imazu Jubilee. And we always, because of the feelings that we feel poetic because we have to express these godlike, spiritual, levitating feelings. So I would like to begin with another poem, but so connected to what we're talking about today. And this poem was written by a Royal Canadian Air Force officer, a Royal Canadian Air Force pilot. His name was John Gillespie McGee, and the poem is entitled High Flight. Oh, have I slipped the surly bonds of earth, and danced the skies of laughter's silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you've not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence hovering there. I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the wind-swept heights with easy grace, where never lark nor ever eagle flew. And while with silent lifting mind I've trod the high untrespassed sanctity of space, I put out my hand and touched the face of God. I want to talk with you today. I would like to ask you, what does it mean to touch the face of God? Or what does it mean to seek even the face of God? Why is it so important that we seek the face or touch the face of God? And I want every one of you to remember, I know you know this, and I remind you of this pretty much almost every time that I come here, that we are the complete and unique emanation of the divine. Charles Fillmore said, I am one with God. Only what is true of God is true. And of course, I mentioned Charles Fillmore, so I'm going to mention Ernest Holmes. Ernest Holmes, Signs of Mind, he did not believe in the anthropomorphic God. He believed in the Christ consciousness. And Ernest Holmes said, I look upon God as infinite presence rather than being with a face in the form of a man sitting on a throne in heaven. In our talk today, we will inspect why we are fascinated by the prospect and the idea of the face of God, and how in the Bible what the face of God really means. We will talk about the power of I am, and how that power is the spiritual face of God itself, and how it is important to embrace the totality of both the physical face and the spiritual face. And also why we just want to see his face. And I will tell you today, you know this, you know me. Look, we're family, am I right? And you know that gentleman, that carpenter, right up there in that stained glass window, the carpenter from Nazareth, I will always refer to him as Yeshua. So now, I mentioned the Bible earlier. I want to ask maybe the old heads in here, come on, I use that affectionately. Look, I've been through some things. I realized recently that I am now an old head, and I wear it with pride. Especially with my family. There are some dynamics in my family that have changed recently. About 2 weeks ago, my mother made her transition, and it was beautiful, and I am going to share a little bit of that with you later today. And as a result of that, as I said, I realized that I, along with my siblings, we are now the old heads of our family. So I want to put that out here because I dedicate today's message to my mother, Frances Pinckney Boyd. And so, Reverend Ike, She loved Reverend Ike. Anyone knows Reverend Ike? Reverend Ike was one of the first African American evangelists to broadcast his ministry on live television. And he referred to the Bible many times as positive, as a book of positive self-image psychology. So when I believe in this too, and so when I go to a couple of scriptures today, I am inviting you to look at it through the lens of positive self-image psychology. We will find that all of us here on this plane in the body mind are always, throughout history, we have always been encouraged to seek the face of God. 2 Chronicles 7th chapter 14th verse, it states, "If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and I will forgive of their transgression and heal their land." So now here's the crux of the matter. If we cannot see God's face, well, how do we seek it? The Hasidic word for face translates as presence. When we look for the face of God, we are looking for the presence of God. The intelligence of the God mind, oftentimes we forget this, the intelligence or the God mind is present everywhere. And what is present throughout the universe and beyond is simply God. Okay? Or, as Dr. Holmes would say, infinite personalness. But you see, the people of the Old Testament at that time, you see, the call was so much necessary for them to seek the face of God because they often would abandon the Christ consciousness. And they found that they had to return to that image of the anthropomorphic God, that image of the divine, that image in the form of a man. Ari, can we bring up the Leonardo da Vinci Vitruvian Man? We are all familiar with this, right? When we were in school and in college, and this is the image of the Vitruvian Man and all of the joints and the movement of how the body works of man, woman, and man. Okay? Now, thank you. Now, can we go to the human face? Can we see the human face there for a second? Okay, now take a look at this. This is the human face. Let's take a look at this. We put so much emphasis on the human face because we believe that it amplifies so much about the character and the personality of the individual. Can I ask you, can I leave a tip with you? When you go home, go to YouTube, and I want you to type in Earth, Wind, and Fire. There is a song from them called On Your Face. I think it's a bit of wisdom here. Sometimes we need to remember this, and it's a song that literally in the lyrics tells you, watch what you're thinking, because ain't it funny how the way you feel shows on your face. Okay? And that's what I'm saying. So much about the character and the personality of the individual, we wear our expressions on our face. And it is because of this that many believe that the face represents the entire being. And for the writers of the scribes, this was the representation of an individual. And now if you would allow me, I'm going to go back to that book of Positive Self-Image Psychology, and I'm going to expand on this a little further. Psalms 105 says, the most faithful followers of God were on demand told to seek his face. I saw this today. When you were blessing the children, you had up there, you are already perfect. We know this. It would be so wonderful to understand and to remember that we are made as perfect from the beginning. But what is our problem? We are always seeking perfection. But the reality is we're already perfect. even when we, as it is often say, missed the mark, because I'm not going to say the S word. That's one 3-letter word that I will not say. Even when we missed the mark, we are perfect because we accrue the wisdom from those experiences when we miss the mark. And because of this, it is often believed within the body mind that it is in our best interest to continually what? Seek his face. I studied science of mind 11 years ago with an incredible dynamic teacher. His name was Reverend Dr. Dwight Smith. And he taught me something. He said, you can't say Lord. You can't say Lord. You know why? Because Lord in science of mind is law. Lord is universal law. Universal law is our constant companion. Holmes, in his book entitled This Thing Called You, he writes, the law of the Lord is perfect. And the law of the Lord is love. And you are made perfect in the law when you enter into conscious communion with love. So while in prayer and in meditation, any spiritual practice, guess what? You are already what? Seeking his face. Now I want you to think about this with intensity. Okay, so we were talking about this on the way up here. How can anyone throughout history think that you can contain God in a building? And I'm bringing this up because, okay, I'm here, I'm speaking before you. It's that sacred hour, Sunday, 10:30, 11 o'clock, right? I'm here, and I got the Nehru suit on and everything, okay, all right. So, then what comes next? I'm going to ask you to look to your neighbor. Come on, look to your neighbor. And I want you to look at your neighbor's face. Just for a couple seconds, look at your neighbor's face. All right? Okay, you can stop now. But there's some intensity there, wasn't there? There was intensity, but there was also what? There was also intimacy. It takes intimacy to look directly into the face of your neighbor or your partner or whoever, okay? And it is in the same regard, in pursuit through the spiritual practice that we, prayer, meditation, all the things that I mentioned earlier, we are experiencing and embracing the intimacy of God. Pursuing the face of the divine is the same as developing a deeper relationship with the divine within. To experience the face of God, to smile upon you, is the expression of the love of God. Please remember this. Spirit creates through universal law. And universal law is always mind and action. And mind cannot act unless it is in motion through intelligence. And every time we think, the Spirit sets the mind in action. Okay? Everybody got that? Now that's the first part of the message. Now I'm going to go into the second part of the message. And this is where, again, I'm going to go back to Positive Image Psychology, that book of Positive Image Psychology. We all remember growing up in Sunday school about the story of the burning bush. Remember that? Okay? I thought Cecil B. DeMille made a good depiction of it with Mr. Heston. I didn't think it was that bad. But think back to that, okay? Think back to that. And I want us to talk about the face of God or the face of I am. We are told in Exodus that God is faceless. And Moses said to God, "Let me see you." Let me see you. God said, okay, this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to pass by you. And when I pass by you, I want you to stand upon the rock. Ari, can we see the rock, please? Okay, no, not that rock. No. There we go. Stand upon the rock. And what does the rock represent? The rock represents a firm conviction. The firm conviction that God has thought and God is thought. Remember what I said earlier. The Lord is universal law by which the thought operates. Remember that. The thought operates by universal law. He told Moses, stand upon that rock and I'm going to pass you by. But you're not going to see my face. You're only going to see my back. Now, what does that mean? I am is what? You tell me. I am is God. Remember, he asked you, what is your name? He said, I am that I am. I am is God. God is always faceless. Now, I'm going to break this down to you for a little bit. God, or I am is thought. I am is awareness. You cannot see thought. You can create thought, you can possess it, but you cannot see it with the naked eye. But what you do see is the back of thought. Remember, God said, you are only going to see my back. Okay, I'm going to break it down. You're going to see the result of what thought produces. We all know the recurring new thought adage, our thoughts become. Everyone knows that if you have problems in your physical body, you can begin to think good thoughts of healing and in good health. Oh, what better place than to bring this up here than at Unity? Because we know about Myrtle Fillmore's story. The recurring, positive, good thoughts of her healing, her spiritual self-healing, affirmative prayer. She talked life to her body, her bones, her muscles, her joints, all that she was feeling. That is what came to her, and this is what I'm telling you. With the natural eye, no one will be able to see those thoughts of healing and of good health. But if you keep thinking those good thoughts of healing and speaking them into existence, eventually you will be able to see the back, the results that come behind I am. I am is God. Repeat that after me, please. I am is God. And what you add to I am, and what you add to I am, you become. I am is shapeless, and I am is faceless. I am is nothing until you put something behind it. That is God's face. That is the face of God. Then again, you cannot see that. You cannot see that with the outer eye. You have to see it as Imago Jubilee says. You have to see it with the eye behind the eye. Or this eye. Okay? I am is God's shapeless face. But our individual thought has to give I am shape. So what do? You think into I am. You have to think your good health, happiness, love, success, prosperity, and money. At home, what I have on the side of my bookcase, I have a sign that I created, and it reads, I am God, I am light, I am charisma, I am prosperity. And I come in and out. I'm in the living room. I turn my head. I see it. And then it's gotten to the point where I don't even think about it. Why do I have that there? So that I will see it umpteen times a day. And every time I see it, it will go in to my mind, and it will activate the reticular activating system in my mind to where eventually it becomes second nature within me, and then I become all of those things. It inspires my mind to motivate and to bring forth the results that come behind I am. When I say or read or think I am love over and over and over and over and over, I am touching the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. Huh? Yahshua said, these things shall follow them that believe. And I am deals with unconditional belief, unconditional consciousness. I am is shapeless self-awareness because it becomes whatever we believe it to be, whatever we think it to be. And this is why you have to be mindful of your thoughts. You have to be mindful of the thoughts that you possess because we are the extension, the emanation, the expression of God. Ergo, we have the power. And he tells us this throughout the entire New Testament. He tells us over and over about the power that we have. He says, verily, verily, I say unto you, these things I can do, you can do too. So we must be careful and mindful of what we are facing. And all these things that we go through that we're not happy about, well, we have to remember, number one, that it's a choice. Okay? And it is, and this is hard for a lot of people to accept, it is the back end of our thought. Remember The Secret? Joe Vitale, he was saying, people will say, well, I didn't manifest that automobile accident. And he says, yes, you did. Okay? It is the back end of our thought. From this moment on, have a greater appreciation of your thoughts. Third portion of today's talk. Third and final portion of today's talk. I want to talk about the spiritual face and the physical face. I want to talk about the spiritual face. All of us, every one of us, we have a spiritual face. Me, you, everybody, we all have a spiritual face. Now, of course, we have a physical face. That face is taking form while we are gestating in the womb. But while we're gestating in the womb, our spiritual face is also taking form there as well. And we come through the birth canal at the time of birth, and we end up in this third dimension. And we not only bring about our physical face, but we bring about the spiritual face that we cannot see. And we go through all the stages of our time here. We go through childhood, adolescence, adulthood, etc. Our face will change. Our face will change, but our spiritual face stays the same. Now today, 2022, well, for quite some time, for a long time, we have all kinds of things. We have plastic surgery, Botox, okay? All of these things to make changes to our physical faces and to enhance ourselves, because we have such superficial standards of how we are supposed to look on this plane. We want to look like the celebrities and the supermodels, or we just want to retain a younger image. Now, I mentioned celebrities earlier. I want to highlight two celebrities, okay? Two celebrities who have been out in the public eye for more than 50 years, and their face went through great changes, okay? Ari, can we bring up the Queen of Soul, please? The first one is Aretha Franklin, okay? Aretha Franklin. Now, over time, especially in the last years of her earthly life. Her physical face changed as she took on illness, but her spiritual face never changed. And that was expressed through her art. That was expressed through her music. The next one, please, sir. And of course, Sir Michael Philip Jagger. This year marks 60 years of the band that he co-founded in London, England. 58 years ago, he arrived on American shores. Now take a look at the 21-year-old who arrived on American shores back in 1964. This one is how he looks today. Okay, he had great big change now. This was a young up-and-coming rock star on the left. On the right, you have an older, sophisticated, aristocratic, knighted gentleman who is still active and still performing. Great changes in the face, right? But the spiritual face has not changed in 60 years. Interesting that we're talking about Jagger because in 1971, the Rolling Stones put out a double album. It was called Exile on Main Street, okay? Often believed by many to be their best. And there was a song on that album entitled, I Just Want to See His Face. And it is so charismatic how that song touches on what we're talking about this morning. Can you do me a favor? Go ahead. Keep the beat. Sometimes you feel like trouble. Sometimes you feel down. Sometimes you got nobody and you want someone to love. Well, I don't want to talk about Yeshua, I just want to see his face. I don't want to talk about Yeshua, I just want to see his face. Say it with me. I don't want to talk about Yeshua, I just want to see his face. I'm going to do it like him now. I don't want to talk about Yeshua, I just want to see his face. Say it with me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you for living out my fantasy of a rocker. That lyric right there, which is pretty much the song. 41 years earlier, Charles Fillmore said the same thing, except he said it in a whole lot more words. Imagine that, 41 years earlier. Fillmore said, no one has ever seen God face to face. The only evidence of God is some woman or man who acts in a godlike way, so that we must quit this constant harping upon the importance of the material world and get into another world. Same essence. All of those people I mentioned, you, me, all of us, we have the face of God. You are the face of God, because the face of God is reflected through the light and love that we bring out into the world. You, every one of you in here, you showed your spiritual self through that. And you show your spiritual self, your energy, your emanation of vibrational energy when you stay on purpose and when you follow the spiritual practices of affirmative prayer and meditation. As I said earlier, we are experiencing and embracing the intimacy of God, and that is all that we want. Now, I told you about what has been happening with me. I experienced the face of God myself. 2 weeks ago, actually it was 2 weeks ago today, I went to visit my mother, and it turned out to be the last time that I would visit her. And I sat next to her on her bedside. And she could not talk at that moment. And I just sort of just spilled out everything that I was feeling, how much I loved her and thanking her for all the sacrifices, everything she did. I just gave it out to her. And she saw me, and she lost her ability to orally speak by then. And then there were moments when she would just go to sleep, and then she would wake up, and I would just sit with her and just look at her. And she would go to sleep and wake up, and I was there for a good, maybe a little more than an hour and a half. And then at one moment, she opened her eyes and she looked up at the ceiling. Now, mind you, for many, many years, my mother has been legally blind and could see maybe shadows or blurs of things. But when she opened her eyes, I could see her retinas in full. And the look and structure of her face, I do not know what she saw. I will never know. But when she looked up at the ceiling, the joy and the glory that was there, just by watching, was breathtaking in and of itself. And that was the face of God in transition. That was beautiful to me. So, what good is it for us is to remember that while we are still in our physical bodies, we must embrace the totality of the physical face and the spiritual face, because the spiritual face is never going to die, ever. We can go on forever, and the face of God never dies, because the face of God is eternal. We are eternal. Carly Simon said, life is eternal and love is immortal and death is only a horizon. All of those people I mentioned, us, our physical face, it changes. Our spiritual face always stays the same. When we come into this planet and when we leave this planet, and we will go to wherever we believe we will go. In unity, we are fully aware that love divine is closer than our skin. It is closer than our breath. Remember, in the way of mastery, Yahshua says, I am no further from you than the width of a thought. And I am is thought. So remember, you are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. Namaste.
So, let's repeat those words, shall we? In the form of a song. You are a blessing to the world, but you are also the face of God. So let's, if you haven't heard this song before, you're going to hear it for the first time right now. And those of you who know the words to this can help folks. I know this has caused, it's very interesting, you were talking about the intimacy of God. And I think sometimes this song has broken the veil of that intimacy. So if you do not wish to look at other people, that's all right today. We've had experiences where we've had people looking at each other, but for right now, let's just sing it globally and to ourselves and know that you are the face of God. So we're not going to do the other song. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. That's it. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. Yes, you are. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. Yes, you are. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. Oh, you are the face of God. You are, you are, you are, you are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
I would ask that you open your ear and hear the sound as it vibrates. And what I'd like for you to do is take your hands up. Hold your hands up in the receiving mode and gather all the energy that has come from this message, all the energy that permeates you, that permeates me, all the energy that makes you who you are, making you the face of God. Take that energy and bring it in above your head in prayer position. Bring it down to your heart, putting your thumbs in your heart, and breathe. Now, I would like for you to put your little finger and your thumb together and turn it forward and spread out the energy in the room. Send it out to the world. Send it out. Send it out, all that energy, and bring it back to your heart. Thumbs in your heart. Remembering where you sit, above you, below you, you have breath. And allow that breath to permeate as it gives you life. It's a good day to be alive. You have breath, you have life, you have movement. And recognizing your infinite possibilities with the totality of who you are, that you're perfect, you don't need to be changed, healed, or fixed. You embody the face, that spiritual face, that spiritual essence deep inside of you. And as you breathe in, take a breath in. Exhale out. Ah. Inhale again. Exhale out. Ah. And come into the peace of that. And come into the center. Come down to your heart chakra where love abides. And focus there in the center of your heart. And as you allow the oxygen that is given by God to go through all the arteries and the veins of your heart, giving life to your body, bring yourself back into the center, into that space and into that place of your spiritual self, right there in the middle of who you are, and breathe. And as you sit and breathe, and you contemplatively contemplate on one word that you got from this message today. One maybe 2, maybe had to be 3, I don't know. Get what you need, and I want you to put it in your hands again and put your palms over your heart. Sit with that word. Sit with what the message brought to you and allow it to take root in your heart. And sit in a moment of silence. Now denoting all that energy that you got that is radiating in your heart, put it in your hands and bring your hands to your face and bless your face. Bless your eyes that you might see with the eye behind the eye. Bless your nose which the oxygen come and goes. Bless your ears that you might hear with the ear behind the ear. Bless your lips. Bless the whole of your cheeks and your chin. Bless your face. And place your hands on top of your head and bless your thoughts. You bless the thoughts, you bless the face, you bless your ears, you bless all parts of you physically. And now as you come down to your heart, thumbs in your heart, and breathe, you give thanks for the spiritual essence that you are, that resides deep within you, that represents the face, the vibration, the synergies, and the energies of God. Breathe in. And when you come out and go out today, you will greet people with your spiritual face. Positivity, enthusiasm, zest, and zeal for life. You don't have to preach to them, proselytizing as they call it. Just be that which you are today, the face of the divine that flows in and through and as you. And so it is, and so it shall be. Namaste, namaste, ashe, ashe.
The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. And the presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. And the presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is, oh yes, He is. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well.
And now let us affirm our abundance together. Unity in the Seven Hills is abundantly blessed. Creative people are drawn to us. Divine ideas flow through us. And we bless us. And we accomplish mighty works together. And with that abundance, it's time to share our blessings. There are 4 ways that you can give: PayPal, Zelle, check, or cash. So as your greeter directs your row to go, place any gifts in the basket up front. Join the circle around the sanctuary. If all that you have to give today is love, please bless the basket. And now let us sing something wonderful.
Let's stand. So as we continue to offer our gifts and offerings, let's join me in the blessing of the gifts. So, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. United in mind, body, and spirit, I dedicate these gifts as they grow to bless our community, our neighborhood, and our world. So, thank you for joining us today, whether you're here in person. Lots of people here in person today, and or online. Thank you. A calendar of events is available at unityinthesevenhills.org. Here are some important upcoming items. Our Dream Draw raffle continues. We have made 352 of our $1,500 goal. Win a Kroger gift card worth $200, $100 for second prize, and third prize of $50. So raffle tickets are $2 each, or 3 for $5. So that 3 for $5 looks like a bargain to me. The drawing will be in 3 weeks, September the 18th. Help spread the abundance. What's that? Yeah, we got to sell those tickets. But we are over 23% of the way there, so help spread abundance. See Deanna about picking up an envelope of tickets to sell or to buy a ticket today. Reverend Ron Carstetter continues the Spiritual Gifts Workshop tonight at 7 o'clock on Zoom. Discover who you've come here to be and what you have come here to do. Join us for the virtual experience where you will meet others in your community and connect with the divine within you. Our annual meeting is October the 2nd. All members notate those calendars. So October the 2nd, we will have heard from all of our ministerial hopefuls by then, and will begin to cement a decision. Also, your board needs 2 more alternates. So if you have thought about being on the board before, it might be your chance. If you want a good chance to get your feet wet and see what it takes without the full commitment and responsibility, this is a fantastic opportunity. If you want to give it a try or suggest someone, let Terry Scott, where's Terry? Over there, or Deanna know as soon as possible. Where's Deanna? Down here. There you are. Unity's Day of Prayer is nearly here. Next Sunday, we will have a special message from Cheryl Fair, followed by the last Unity Basics class during potluck. Then on Thursday, September the 8th, we will have the official Day of Prayer event, followed by Thursday meditation. For more on that, here's Sally. That's what it says here.
Yeah. Y'all, it's the World Day of Prayer for All Unity. And historically, people will put the slips in the box, but it's just the prayer chaplains that attend. So we decided we were going to make it an event. We were going to have a parade of prayer. And then just recently, a couple of nights ago, I did a training, and it said people want experience. So this is an experiential prayer where we're going to take the names in the box. We're going to pray for our church, and we got some big stuff going on here that's wonderful that really needs faith and prayer. We're going to pray for our community, and we're going to pray for world peace. We have an exercise for world peace. And so bring your drums, your shakers, whatever makes noise. We're going to circle the church property in prayer 7 times. It's going to be experiential. It's going to be heartfelt. So please put it on your calendars, 4:30 p.m. And then you can stay for our regular meditation, if you so choose.
So your prayer chaplain, Sally, today will be around to hold space with you after the service. A big thank you, a very big thank you to our guest speakers all the way. Yamaja and Elroy, thank you very much. What a great talk. Thank you. Fantastic.
Speaking of being in our heart space, Elroy, we learned of your mother's passing. I'm so happy it was a beautiful experience. And so we want, as a church, you and Amaja are a part of us. And we all wanted to express our deepest love and sympathy and blessings. And may you feel your mother's spirit from the other side of the veil, comforting you and guiding you in ways that she couldn't while she was still here on earth. And so we have this card for you.
So we're about to close with a peace song, but before we do, if you're watching at home, like, comment, and subscribe, and click the bell icon to know when we go live again. So let's sing the peace song together. Great service, everybody. Thank you for being here. Remember, you are the face of God. Go spread that joy into the world. Thank you.